So there's this guy who wrote this book on people who had had near-death experiences, and the one thing that I got from the book that I found was very profound was, and I don't even know if it's true, but it didn't matter to me. He said there were two questions that people reported back being asked when they did the whole tunnel of light and meeting their relatives and seeing the light being and that, whatever their version of it was, but they all came up with kind of the same thing, which was they were asked two questions. So they didn't do the life regression, like going through their whole life like you'd heard those stories. And the two questions that they were asked were, who did you love and how did you use the gifts that I gave you? Those were the two really important questions, and I always kind of had those as my guideposts through life. And the first one about who did you love, I think if you look around, I did pretty well on that one. And and the thing is, and this is an acknowledgement, you guys are just the first layer. I'd have 100 people here if I could. And I love them and they love me, and I'm very proud of that. The other one about gifts. If I've ever made you laugh, raise your hand. Okay, I did pretty well on that one. If you've ever tasted my cooking, raise your hand. If you've ever experienced me listening to you with compassion, raise your hand. That would be you. Okay, good. And those three are good enough. So I just wanted to say thank you very much. Oh, that was another thing. I recently heard a video from, some of you may remember a gentleman by the name of Steve Behrman. Some of you don't know him, but he has a video blog right now, and he was talking about how we're kind of, as a culture, we're kind of oppressed by the conversation about age to a certain degree. That we say, oh, I've only got 20 more years of my life. So you kind of make decisions based on that as a belief. And his assertion was, what if you believe that you were going to live to 300? What would you, and mine like I'm going to get right, sure. But it was interesting to kind of consider that question about what decisions would you make if that whole, I'm getting 60, there's not much time left, if that conversation went away. I don't know what the answer is, but it's worth considering. 60 is the new 59. Oh, 1 in 3 people today are going to live to be 100 years old. So 60 is the new 99. I like that part even better.